guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and as you can see by the title, this is it's not mine, but I am implementing a TBR game on my channel starting this month in January. Full credit goes to Jade over at JadeyRaeReads. This is her brainchild. She came up with this game. She's been doing it for about 2 years now, and she was gracious enough to allow me to make it fit my needs for what I need here on my channel. So thank you for that. I'm very, very excited to implement this on my channel. I love TBR games. I feel like everyone has a TBR game. I've been watching Jade for quite a while. I love her videos. I love Tbr Pursuit. And so I thought, let me see if she would mind if I adapted that for my own channel. And she didn't mind at all. So again, thank you for that. All credit goes to her, of course, but I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. It's so much fun. I think it'll be fun every month to pick my TBR this way. And yeah, so let's just get into it. If by chance you haven't seen her Tbr Pursuit, it's basically just Trivial Pursuit, but for books. So here's my board. It's humongous. I made it a little bigger than I probably needed, and as you can see, each space correlates to a different, or each space is a different color, which correlates to a different genre. And I have my little legend here. So for myself, I did adult contemporary, historical fiction. I have other, which just kind of fits pretty much anything else, mystery, thriller, YA, contemporary, and fantasy. And this is just what I'm using currently. I may change the genres at some point, but I want to see how this works out. And my goal for this TBR game is just mostly to read books that I already own. Again, here's the board if you guys want to see it. I don't know how well you're seeing it now. I am no artist. I have no skills. My crafting and coloring skills are that of a small child. So don't judge me on that. But yeah, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna roll. I have my little pie piece, and it has six spots for pie pieces. So I'm gonna roll 6 times every month, and I'm gonna move around the board, and each time I land on whatever color, I will pick up a card, which I have next to me here. I can't reach them, and then I will read the prompt and pick a book from my TBR based on that prompt. As it starts right now, I don't have any punishments planned yet, because this is the very first one. So I kind of want to see how I do. And then if I am not reading the books that I'm picking for myself, then I am going to implement some kind of punishment. I'm still working out some kinks there, but I hopefully will figure that out at some point. And then if you guys, want to help me out with some prompts, you have some prompts you'd like to see me fulfill, then just let me know down in the comments on these videos, and I will add them in the rotation. As it stands right now, I've done 60 prompts total. So I have 10 cards, 60 prompts, and some of them are very simple, and some of them are a little bit more complicated. So yeah, so we will see how this goes. So let's get to the first roll, and we'll go from there. Alright, so roll number 1. Alright, roll number 1 of TBR Pursuit. Let's start with other. For roll number 1, I landed on other, which is yellow, and for that, the prompt is to find a recently purchased book. So you guys know I had to choose How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. This is by Holly Black. I think this is just like a little short novella about Carden. And you guys already know I love that series. I love Holly Black in general, and I'm very, very excited. Plus, this is the Owl Crate exclusive, if I didn't say that already. And let me see if I can find it. Like, it's gorgeous. It's illustrated. There's some gold lettering in here. Like, it's absolutely stunning. Stunning book. And I'm really excited to read it. Roll number 2. 6. Blue, which is YA Contemporary. So for roll number 2, I landed on blue, which is YA Contemporary. And for that, the prompt is to find the lowest rated book on my TBR. So what I did to find this, I just went into my Goodreads. I went to my to-be-read books, I switched it to lowest rating, and I scrolled until I found a YA contemporary. The first one that I came across was First We Were Four by Alexandra Serrari. I'm not really sure what this is about. I bought this because of Kayla over at Books and Lala. She loves this author. I actually own 3 of her books and have never read any of them. So I think this is a YA thriller, but it's still set in current day or present day, so it works for this. I'm really excited to get to it because I haven't read anything by her and I own 3 of her books. So this is why I wanted to implement something like this, to force me to read those books that have been sitting there forever waiting to be read that I haven't read. So I'm really excited to read this. Roll number 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is purple, historical fiction. Yellow, other. Let's do historical fiction. Put the purple piece in. So for rule number 3, I landed on purple, which is historical fiction, and for that the prompt is, can I find a book with red on the cover? So I don't have a ton of historical fiction on my channel, even though I do love historical fiction, and I didn't have a lot with red on the cover, so I just chose something that was glaringly, obviously red, and for that I chose The Paris Wife. This is by Paula McLean. I really don't even know what this is about. I bought it at a library book sale for just a couple of dollars. I think... Oh, it's set in the 1920s, so that's awesome. Oh, and it's about a woman who meets Ernest Hemingway. So, actually, I see now why I picked this up from the library book sale. It sounds like they might have a love affair. I don't know. Zelda Fitzgerald, Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway. Like, this is right up my alley. And now I'm even more excited to pick it up. I just picked it up because I had read. Obviously, it's completely read. But I'm really, really excited to read it now. Let's roll number 4. 1. So I can either do roll again or other. Let's do other. Roll number 4, I landed on yellow, which is the other, and for that the prompt is to find a book with green on the cover. For this one I cheated a little bit. I am using a library book. I do have about 20 books out from the library that I'm trying to get through, so I decided to choose one of those, and I chose The Missing Years by Lexi Elliott. It does have green on the cover. There's a bunch of trees. This is set in the Scottish Highlands, I think. I believe a woman inherits a cottage, and then there's some like scary things that happen, maybe some ghosts. It's a gothic contemporary novel. So I read The French Girl by this author a few years ago and I really loved it. So I knew that I really needed to pick this one up eventually, and I'm glad that I finally have it. Roll number 5. 2. Roll again or mystery thriller. Let's do mystery thriller. Roll number 5, I landed on orange, which for me is mystery thriller, and the prompt for that one is to find a domestic thriller, which is perfect because you guys know a mystery thriller is my jam, and domestic thrillers are definitely my jam. And for that, I chose He Will Be My Ruin by K.A. Tucker. This is about a girl who is kidnapped, I believe, by her boyfriend, I think. I could be completely wrong on this. I've had it on my shelves for a while. Alright, final roll for January. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another orange, which is mystery thriller, or a green, which is fantasy. Let's do a green. Let's do fantasy. The 6th and final roll, I landed on green, which is fantasy, and the prompt for that was to find a middle grade fantasy, which is perfect because I'm going to read Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. This is a sequel to Nevermore, which I read in 2020, and I absolutely loved. One of my favorite books of the year, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. So there's Tbr Pursuit. I think it's pretty exciting. There's a lot of books on here that I have been meaning to read for a long time. Some books that I found on my shelf that I forgot about that I'm excited about. And yeah, so I am going to talk about another book that I would like to read this month, and that is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the bind-up of all of the novellas following Selena before she becomes the king's assassin. I'm reading this as part of the Throne of Glass readathon that is happening in 2021. and they're starting with this book in January, so I want to finally get through the whole series, because at this point I've only read up to Queen of Shadows and I've never continued, and I have all 8 books. I also will be adding whatever the Gothlic Club pick is for January. As of filming this, I don't think it's been picked yet, so once that's announced I will add that on. So here's my stack for January. I mean, I have some short ones on here, so some short ones, some chunky ones, but I think it'll be okay. I think I'll be able to get the audiobook for some of these. One of them is a reread, and it's short stories, so that shouldn't, or novella, so that shouldn't take me long. Yeah, I'm excited. So go ahead and let me know down below what you guys are planning on reading in the month of January. If you have any prompt ideas for me, just go ahead and let me know those. If you don't want to leave a lengthy comment or just don't know what to say, go ahead and leave me any color heart that you want. My game board is pretty colorful, so just go ahead and leave me whatever color heart you feel like leaving, just so I know that you were here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.